Isang magandang Lunes sa ating lahat. Panibagong buwan na naman po, August 2, 2021. And for the first time in so many years, the Philippines will be bringing home not only one, not two, but at least 3 medals from one Olympics. The first was from Heidelin Diaz, who won the gold in weightlifting. The second and third are from boxers Nesty Petesio and EUMIR Marcial, who are assured of silver and bronze medals respectively. Po niyo lingkod, Benji Chodoro, po isang retired bank officer who started to invest in the Philippine stock market in 2007, and I do this report daily, which I started August of last year. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks, and if you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. We have a special report on Paul Volcker, EJ Obiena, as well as the Philippine schedule today and tomorrow, plus sa SM Prime financials at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, the second day of August 2021. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today, umpisahan na po natin. Okay, first is our special report from the Philippine Star. Back to zero for EJ. EJ Obiena vowed to make up for his disappointing finish in qualifying for the Olympic pole vault final in the Japan National Stadium tomorrow. He struggled in placing 10th among 29 starters, clearing 5.75 meters on the third attempt of his last assault after his foot dislodged the bar in his first try, and the aborted takeoff in his second. The initial cut for the final 12, but 3 vaulters tied for the last spot. Organizers expanded the qualifying cast to 14. Obiena got off to a hot start, clearing the bar flawlessly at 5.5 and 5.65. Then it took 3 attempts before joining 10 others who soared over 5.75. The world number 11, Bo Bath-3 of Germany, and world number 5, Chris Nielsen of the US, topped the ladder with only 1 jump each to clear 5.5, 5.65, and 5.75. Obiena was visibly distraught. His father Emerson said, "It will be a different story tomorrow. The moment of truth is in the final, not in the qualifying." Isa nangyari sa qualifying, back to zero. "Start from scratch," said Emerson. "Relieve ako nung nasukat na ni EJ at more relaxed na siya sa last jump." Pag-uusapan nila Coach Vitaly on how high ang kanyang first jump sa final, depende yan kay EJ. Si Coach Vitaly is a big factor, very experienced and very strict. Crucial ang first jump. Lahat sila capable of winning a medal, kaya dapat mauna si EJ. Obiena took a rest yesterday and will do light training without jumping, called a shakeout today to get ready for tomorrow. Napanood ko yung laro ni EJ o yung laban niya the other day, and he was able to clear the 5.5 and 5.65. Pero sa 5.75, third attempt lang niya na i-clear, no? But when he cleared that bar, ang laki ng clearance. Siguro may mga 6 to 8 inches or almost 1 feet yung clearance, no? Ang taas yung mag-clear ng pole vault. Anyway, so yan po yung special report natin for the day, plus the Philippine schedule today. Let's take a look at today's schedule. Merong laban si Kaloy Yulo at 18:51 Tokyo time. That's 5:51 Philippine time. Ito yung men's vault final. And si Christina Knott also had his hit earlier, but she didn't qualify. Now, tomorrow, August 3, is a big day for the Philippines. At 11:15 Tokyo time, that's 10:15 here, is the men's flyweight quarterfinals featuring our very own Carlo Paalam against Uzbekistan's Hobidin Zoirov. And then at 13:05 Tokyo time, that's 12:05 Philippine time, is the women's featherweight finals featuring our very own Nesty Petesio against Japan's Sena Iri. In the evening, 19:20 Tokyo time, that's 6:20 p.m. Philippine time, is the pole vault finals featuring EJ Obiena. Now tomorrow, Wednesday, August 14, is golf, women's golf to, featuring Bianca Pagdanganan and Yuka Saso. Tee off is 7:30 in the morning, Tokyo time. That's 6:30 Philippine time. Pero ano ito, I think by 3s nila, 2s or 3s ang magti-tee off. Now Thursday is also round 2 of the golf tournament for women, individual, stroke play. Yuka Saso pa rin to at si Bianca Pagdanganan. Yuka Saso, by the way, is the reigning LPGA champion in the US. And August 5 also will feature the men's middleweight semi-final bout between EUMIR MARCIAL and Ukraine's Alexander Kaishinak. Yan, hirap i-pronounce. 15:03 po yun, Tokyo time. That's 14:03. That's 2:03. 2 o'clock in the afternoon dito po sa Philippines. Okay po, so let's now go to our business news. Our business news is on SM Prime Holdings, which just came in today. Press release, SM Prime reports 12% increase in first half 2021 net income. SM Prime Holdings, one of the leading integrated property developers in Southeast Asia, reported an 11.6 billion pesos consolidated net income in the first 6 months of 2021, 12% higher from 10.4 billion in the first half in 2020. This is on the back of improvement in the second quarter net income to 2.5 billion pesos from 2.1 billion from the same period last year. First half consolidated revenues recorded at 41.1 billion, down 6% from 43.7 of 2020's first half. The reported improvement is due to continued positive performance of the company's residential business in the first half of 2021, as well as the company's malls business in the second quarter of the year, in spite of the effect of the re-implementation of stricter quarantine from March to May 2021 in key areas such as Metro Manila and nearby provinces. SM Prime's residential business, which accounted for 60% of SM Prime's consolidated revenues, and led by SM Development Corporation, registered a 3% increase in revenues to 24.5 billion in the first 6 months of 2021 from 23.7 billion in the first 6 months of 2020. The residential business operating income improved by 8%, registering 10.4 billion in the first half of 2021 from 9.7 billion in the first half of 2020. Meanwhile, SM Prime Philippine Malls business accounts for 26% of the consolidated revenues, registered at 4.6 billion revenues in the second quarter of 2021, and this is 55% increase from the 3.1 billion in the second quarter of 2020. The malls business reported a 10.7 billion revenues from January to June 2021 compared to 14.4 billion in the first 6 months of 2020. The re-implementation of the ECQ in Metro Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, and Rizal also known as the NCR Plus bubble, from March to May 2021 has caused lower mall activities in the mentioned areas. Okay, so that's our news for the day, and let me just share with you commentary of actually it's not commentary, but I would just like to share with you the target price of BDO Nomura for SMPH, SM Prime Holdings. So that's actually the recommendation of BDO Nomura is neutral. So neither buy nor sell, but the target price is 36 pesos. And with last Friday's price at 31.45, that's a 14.5% upside. So let's now take a look at what happened to the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. It gained 176.08 points or 2.81% to end at 6446.31. There was net foreign buying at 135 million. 119 companies declined, 78 advanced, while 45 remained unchanged. The all-share index also registered a gain of 1.28%, while all the sectoral indices are up except for mining, which lost 2.55%. The gainers was led by the holding companies at 2.97%. So let's now review the 10 most active stocks, and we shall be reviewing the following stocks. Let me get my listahan. That's BDO, SM, SMPH, Glow, AC, Emperador, ACEN, ICT, JFC, and MONDE. So let's now take a look and let's now review the first stock, that's BDO. Okay, BDO bounced from a close last Friday of 102. It's now at 106, gaining 4 pesos and 50 centavos, or that's 4.41%. But the sentiment is still bearish as our indicators are still above the candlestick. So another green candlestick that would pierce through our indicators would mean that the trend may have changed. After BDO, CSM. Okay, CSM had a hammer today. Net foreign buying is 55.41, gaining 34 pesos and 50 centavos. But still bearish as the RSI is at 43 and the closing price is still lower than our indicators. And then SMPH. So income CSM. Yeah, nag-bounce siya, but still bearish po yung ating sentiment as the closing price of 32.30 is way below our moving averages. RSI is bearish at 36. Then we have Glow. Glow also bounced. It's now at 1900, gaining 40 pesos or 2.15%. But the closing price is near the EMA 20. EMA 20 is 1903, close at 1900. So in general, it appears to be moving sideways. And then Ayala Corporation. Ayala Corporation, now nag-bounce siya. Okay, with support. Dito po siya. Ito po yung near support niya. Near support niya is 702, but it's now 747 from a close last Friday of, let's see, 730. So solid green candlestick, which is an indication that the stock is on the way to recovery. Another green candlestick would confirm that. And then we have Emperador. Wow, look at that. Emperador, nagpahinga lang ng konti dito. Actually, kung gagawa natin to ng dito lang siya naglalaro eh. Ayan, no? Bigla nag 1430. So dito ay naglalaro lang siya from July 21. So if you had Emperador, naku, swerte talaga. Kung meron kayong Emperador. Nag-consolidate lang muna dito bago siya lumarga. So makikita nyo yung ating moving averages ay naka-line up siya, no? And it is now at 14.30, but previous to that, nasa 9 at 10 pesos lang to. Very long consolidation siya. So nag-dip siya dito, tapos biglang zoom. Ayan po siya. So meron po siyang cash dividends na 11 centavos. Ex-date is August 10, and payment date is September 8. So meron po kayong Emperador. Not much, maliit, medyo maliit lang, but still a cash dividend. So RSI is already oversold at 76. So konting ingat lang po tayo dito. Dahil overbought na po ang RSI. So anytime soon, baka lang po na magbago yung trend. And then we have ACEN, or ACEN, as some people would pronounce it. Moving sideways po si ACEN, ending at 8 pesos and 3 centavos. And yung ating medium-term indicator is piercing through the candlestick, which would indicate a sideways movement. RSI, though, is bearish at 46. And then, international container terminals. Yan, meron siyang bounce, pero if we will take a look at the overall candlestick structure, it's moving sideways. So it ended at 161. Gaining 5 pesos and 50 centavos. So naglalaro lang siya with the EMA 50 at 155 acting as support, while resistance would be, nearest would be at 165 to 166 pesos. Then JFC, okay, JFC is moving sideways with support here at 188. Okay, merong, by the way, bago ko makalimutan, there was a question here before I continue with JFC. There was a question here regarding kung anong stocks daw ang pwedeng bilhin. Anyway, tackle natin yan mamaya, no? But let's natin yung comment. Good day, Sir Benjamin, si Mike Miguel. Ask ko lang po, insights nyo on buyback. Hindi, nasagot ko na to. Wala, but I think there was a question before. Now, what are the stocks to buy? Now, what are the stocks to buy now na merong na nagdi-dip yung stock market o yung nagdi-dip yung index? Okay, so let's finish first JFC. 188 ang support, and the resistance level is here at 217. Then finally, we have MONDE. Yan, MONDE is bearish at 42 RSI. It ended at 14 pesos, but this is a good stock kasi nasa ano dito, no? Ito yung support level. If you look to the left side, merong resistance dito na naging support niya ngayon. So kung ano daw pwedeng stocks na bilhin kung nagdi-dip ang stock market. So, or questions to that effect na what are the stocks to buy now? Actually, mas partial ako sa fundamentals. Kaya kung ako tatanungin nyo, the stocks to buy now are the index stocks na mabababa. Halimbawa, ano ba yung stocks na merong malaking upside ngayon? Okay, the stock with the largest upside now is, let's check. Okay, one is the LT Group, no? Na based on the fundamentals of BDO Nomura, target price niya is 1650 based on fundamentals, but the price is just less than 10 pesos, 9.77, and that's almost a 70% upside. That's one. The next one is Metro Pacific, which is now at within the 350 area. Target price is 660 based on fundamentals. That's an 88% upside. Okay, pero hindi overnight tataas to ha. Mag-aantay po kayo dito dahil if you want to buy or sell, mag-technicals po kayo. But if you wanted to base your target price on fundamentals, mag-aantay po kayo. So, hindi overnight po ay tataas po ang stocks na ito. No? Another is Robinson's Land, which has a target price of 23. But the closing price is at mga 16 pesos. That's a 42% upside. So ito po yung mga gandang stocks. Marami pa po dito. Ayala Land, target price is 45. Nasa 32 pesos lang po. O 32.50, 32.70 last Friday. You can't go wrong with index stocks. No? And then if you wanted, another one is Robinson's Retail Holdings, which has a target price of 76, nasa 53 pesos lang po. So, ito pong sinasabi ko po ay target prices ni BDO, but you will have to wait. So, Emperador nasa 13.98. In contrast naman, neutral yung kanyang recommendation dito. 10 pesos lang yung target price, nasa 13.98. And then, ano pa yung matataas? Aboitiz Equity Ventures, which has a target price of 47, nasa 37 pesos, or it's a 25% upside. And then another one is Mega World, with a 430 target price, but it's now at 277. That's a 55% upside. Yun po yung mga matataas na magandang bilhin, Ngayon, International Container Terminal, 22%, 191 yung target price. So, medyo mababa. Pero pwede pa rin, May upside pa rin yan. And then, Vista Land, which has a target price of 46, nasa 341. That's a 35% upside. So, ang suggestion ko po ay mag-invest po kayo sa index stocks. Kung long-term investment po ang pag-uusapan natin, long-term po yung sinasabi ko dito, mag-aantay po kayo. If you're willing to invest and willing to wait, then maganda po bumili. Maaring mag-dip ang stock, tumaas ng konti, but in the long run ay tataas po yan. Okay po? Yan po ang ating report sa stock market August 2, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chodoro. Nagpapaalala, let's support our athletes. Let's support our boxers. Let's support our pole vaulter, our golfers. Yung laban ni Nesty Petesio is for the gold tomorrow. So, abangan po natin yan. And Kaloy Yulo will be performing tonight. At sana po ay na-injure pala yan si Kaloy Yulo. Kaya hindi siya makaperform ng 100%. Pero I wouldn't expect so much of him in the vault kasi hindi po yun yung strength niya. Pero who knows, he may win a medal there. Diba? Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Hanggang sa muli, thank you and God bless you all.